Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of the Rise and Thrive podcast. I'm your host, Manny Fraser, and today I want to share something personal, a story that changed the way I approach sales forever. There was a time in my career when I was struggling to close deals. I would have clients interested, they'd show up for consultations, but somehow I couldn't seal the deal. My confidence took a hit and I began to doubt myself. Then something clicked. I realized that sales is not just about talent or charm, it's about strategy. So I started to dig deep into what makes a great salesperson. And that's when I discovered these 9 concepts. They were a game changer for me. And today, I'm going to break them down for you with examples of how they worked in my own career. So let's dive in. So let me start with SOP. SOP stands for Standard Operating Procedures. Imagine this. You're walking into a gym, ready to meet with a new client. You've got a plan in your head, but you're not entirely sure of the steps you'll take. You might wing it, thinking that being spontaneous will work out. But here's the thing. Without a clear, repeatable process, you're setting yourself up for inconsistency. When I started using SOPs, everything changed. For example, I created specific consultation processes. Step 1, greet the client and spend 5 minutes building rapport. Step 2, discuss their goals and current fitness levels. Step 3, offer a sample workout or demonstration. Step 4, review our membership options and book the next meeting. With these steps in place, I knew exactly what to do at every consultation, which not only boosted my confidence, but made my clients feel more secure. They saw I had a plan, and with that plan, it gave them the trust to trust in my services. So here's number 2. The best availability is availability. Here's a quick story about availability. I had to get a client who was a busy professional. The client's name was Mark. He could only work out early in the morning or late in the evening. Initially, I wasn't too keen on these hours, but I knew that being available when he needed me was crucial. So I adjusted my schedule and made it work. And guess what? Mark became one of my most loyal clients. He referred several colleagues, friends to me, also because I was there when he needed me. The lesson: the best ability is availability. It's not about being good at what you do. It's about being there when your client needs the most. So here's another one. Book a meeting from a meeting. BAMFAM. BAMFAM. Book a meeting from a meeting. It's a concept that has saved me countless times. Early in my career, I used to end meetings without setting up the next one. I would say something like, "I'll follow up with you soon." But soon would often turn into never. Then I learned BAMFAM. Now, every time I meet a client or a prospective client, I make sure to schedule the next meeting before they leave. For instance, after a consultation, I'll say, "Let's book your first training session now. How does Thursday at 6 p.m. sound?" This simple action keeps the momentum going and makes it easier for clients to commit. I had a client by the name of Steve who was on the fence after our initial meeting. But because we scheduled that next session before he left, he stuck with it. Steve eventually became a long-term client, and it all started with BAMFAM. Number 4, rejection handling and persistence. Rejection is tough, I understand. There's no way to get around it. But I've learned that how you handle rejection can make or break your success in sales. I remember reaching out to a potential client, Amanda, who was interested in training but wasn't ready to commit. She said no multiple times. Instead of giving up, I stayed in touch. I'd send her the occasional emails, sharing success stories or tips that I thought might interest her. I wasn't pushy, but I was persistent. Months later, Amanda reached out to me. She said that my persistence showed her I was serious about helping her reach her goals. She became a client and we worked together for years. The takeaway? Every no is just a yes waiting to happen. Stay persistent and don't let rejection stop you. The kill list. This might sound intense, but trust me, the kill list is one of the most powerful tools in your sales arsenal. I'm talking about a focused list of top prospects. People who, if you landed them as clients, would significantly impact your business. For example, I had my eyes on local influencers and people that owned the dealerships. So a guy named Ted, who had a rather large following and was known for their commitment in health and fitness and real estate. I made it my mission to get Ted on board. I researched his interest, attended some of the same events that he did, and eventually I got the chance to offer a free consultation. That consultation turned into a full-time client relationship, and the exposure from training Ted brought waves of new clients. Your kill list should be laser focused. It's about quality over quantity. Target the clients who will make the biggest difference in your business. Creating opportunity. Number 6. Sales isn't about waiting for opportunities to come to you. It's about creating them. I used to think that if I just work hard and waited, clients would naturally find me. But that's not how it works. I started attending local events, partnering with other businesses, and using social media more strategically. One day, I organized a free fitness workshop at my gym. I didn't have any expectations, but I wanted to create an opportunity. The workshop was about nutrition, and it turned into several new clients for my gym. And some of these new clients are still with me today. Don't wait for opportunities. Get out and go out and create them. Whether it's hosting an event, networking, or reaching out to potential clients online, the more proactive you are, the more success you'll find. Preparation. Number 7. Here's a lesson I learned the hard way. Preparation is everything. Early in my career, I'd sometimes show up to consultations underprepared, thinking I could just wing it. I quickly realized that this approach wasn't cutting it. Now, I spend time before the meeting preparing. I review the client's goals, any previous interactions that they may have had with myself or other trainers, and I plan out exactly what I want to achieve in the meeting. For example, if the client mentioned a previous session that they struggle with nutrition, I'll prepare a customized nutritional plan to discuss with them. The level of preparation not only impresses the client, but also helps them stay focused and effective during our meetings. When you're prepared, it shows. When you're prepared, it shows. Clients can sense that you're invested in their success, and that builds trust and loyalty. Number 8, listening more than talking. This is a big one because a lot of trainers, they get into the talking mode, and I talked about it, like how much time do I spend listening over talking? It's probably at 25% of myself talking, 75% of me listening. So this concept might seem counterintuitive, but it's one of the most powerful tools in sales. Listen more than you talk. I used to think that selling meant convincing someone to buy, which led me to talk a lot. But then I started focusing on listening. I'd ask questions and then really listen to the client's response. I found that the more that I listened, the more I learned about their needs, fears, and desires. This information allowed me to tailor my pitch specifically to them. For example, one client I had, his name was Tom, was hesitant about starting a program because he failed in the past. By listening, I learned that his previous trainer hadn't provided enough accountability. So I assured Tom that we would have regular check-ins and I'd be there for every step of the way. He signed up on the spot. Remember, the more you listen, the more you learn. And the more you learn, the better the better you can serve your clients. Number 9, obstacles and objections. Finally, let's talk about obstacles and objections. These are natural parts of the sales process, but they don't have to derail your progress. The key is to anticipate them and be ready for solutions. For example, a common objection I hear is, I don't have time. Instead of just accepting that, I dive deeper. I might say, I totally understand. Time is precious. But if we could find a way to integrate workout into your current schedule so it doesn't feel like an added burden, would that be something that interests you? By addressing the objection and offering a solution, I'm able to turn a potential no into a yes. Handling objections isn't about overcoming resistance. It's about understanding the client's concerns and showing them there is a way to achieve their goals despite the obstacles. So enthusiasm and consistency is the glue that holds it all together. Before we wrap up, I want to emphasize the importance of enthusiasm and consistency. These two qualities are the glue that holds everything together. Enthusiasm is contagious. It shows your clients that you're passionate about helping them succeed, and consistency builds trust, which is the foundation of any successful client relationship. When you bring enthusiasm to every interaction and show up consistently, your clients will see that you're in it for the long haul. They'll trust you. They'll stay with you for long term, and they'll refer others to you. So, you have it. Here you have it, the 9 concepts that turn sales from struggle into strength for me. By implementing these strategies, along with enthusiasm and consistency, you'll not only close more deals, but also build a lasting relationship with your clients. If you found today's episode helpful, don't forget to share it with a friend who might need it. And if you're looking for more tips on how to thrive in your career, be sure to subscribe to the Rise and Thrive podcast. Thanks for tuning in. And remember, sales doesn't have to be hard. With the right mindset and strategies, you'll crush it. Peace.